Hello, this is U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I'm here live to take your U.S. immigration related questions, and I have some extra treats to hand out today. So, as promised, we will be handing out two more free consultations. So, go ahead and get ready. I'm going to give people time to come in so that as many of you as possible can hear how to get the free consultation. Keep in mind that tomorrow is going to be the other day to be able to get this free consultation. So tomorrow, and then continue to stay tuned because we are also going to be handing out this free consultation to um, also to individuals in December. So come December, we're going to be handing out those free consultations. All right. So also, after I tell you how to get the free consultation, I'll just be going over how you're able to apply for your green card with a citizen parent. Now, you want to hear this because I get a lot of calls from individuals who are over a certain age, and unfortunately, they cannot just stay here and get the green card. So I want to just talk to you about how to go ahead and apply for the green card, when that's going to be appropriate, and what will happen if you're already over a certain age, how that process is going to look, and then maybe mention some alternatives here. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to announce how to do it. So get your phones ready and you're going to you're going to call and you're going to say this code, noon live. So call the office at 561-405-4889. So 561-405-4889, and go ahead and just tell them you're calling about the free consultation. It's noon live. Use that code noon live. Now, it's when you call, there are two specific staff members that are on right now that are available to answer the phone. So only those two individuals, Jalen and Eleanor. If you do get the other individuals who answer the phone, they're not authorized to give out the free consultation. So that would mean that you didn't make the two first callers. So this goes to the two first callers whose call says this code for the free consultation is noon live. We'll give it until 12:40, and then by then I'm pretty sure the two callers will be would have already called and gotten the free consultation. So I'm looking forward to speaking to you, if you've been selected. And keep in mind that there are additional opportunities. So tomorrow at 12:30 there's going to be another opportunity for two callers, and then also in December, we're handing out 10 free consultations, and we'll be doing it in the live show. So go ahead and stay posted, stay in tune so you can have an opportunity to get the free consultation. And now, if you have not been selected because you didn't make the top two callers, guess what? I am still handing out gifts here. The gift that I'm handing out now is so the number is 561-405-4889. So call that number and go ahead. The window to win this is between now and 12:40, and if you are the first two callers who talk to either Jalen or Eleanor, they are the only individuals at the office who are authorized to give out the free consultation. So um, I that's the window. So 12:40, go ahead, call. Don't wait. You could be the first here. So go ahead and call and get that free consultation. Now, we are also doing discounts all the way through November 27th, and we'll be doing discounts again next month. So the discount is 33% off. That's means that the consultation is $100. So it's like $100.50 with the discount. So go ahead, call and go ahead, schedule your appointment. Now, for this discount, by the way, you can't call. So for this discount, you have to schedule your own appointment. So there's a difference. You want to win the free consultation? Call. Say today, just for today, the code is going to be noon live. If you want the discount, go to the link in the profile and then go ahead and schedule your own appointment. Put in the code, coupon code, and it's going to be very clear. We're not hiding any codes here. It's thankful for you. Use that promo code and you'll get the discount. So I'm looking forward to speaking with you. Go ahead and do that now. Now that we've done that, it's 12:40, so we're closing out now. I am looking forward to seeing who has won the two. And just as a policy, and it's a part of my professional responsibility to maintain confidentiality, I cannot disclose winners. I can disclose that we have two winners. I haven't gotten news of that yet. But what I will say is because this is confidential and we deal with very, very confidential cases, we have decided not to disclose any names of winners because I deal with different types of fact patterns and individuals need protection. As a matter of fact, all lawyers are obligated to keep confidentiality. So um, now, let's talk about so Sophia, that the time has passed, but you can have an opportunity tomorrow. Tomorrow, join me at 12:30 for the live, and then I will make an announcement about how you're gonna win this. Each day is gonna be different, so you have to be join me and then listen out about how to call the office and get that free consultation. But there are specific instructions you have to follow. All right, so let's talk about this topic. Can a citizen parent get you the green card? So this is a question that I get very often, especially in consultations where you are already over the age of 21. You've reached 21 and you're trying to figure out if you're a US citizen parent, maybe your parent just became a citizen, can that get you the green card? Now, the simple answer is yeah. But the other preference of many individuals is that you are able to get the green card while staying here in the US. If you're already here and you've already overstayed, then the answer is no, it's not going to be that simple. You can't stay here and get the green card. You have to go through a different process called the I-601A unlawful presence waiver, provisional unlawful presence waiver. And that only gives you forgiveness for the overstay. In order for you to go back to your country, to go attend the interview. And because been forgiven through this waiver, they will not hold it against you in the interview. So if you're 21 or over, and that means you've passed the age where your citizen parent can then petition for you to stay here, even if you've overstayed. Now, what if you're 21 or over, you happen to be here, you find out that your priority number is now current. That means your number on the wait list is, you're at the top of the wait list. We call it a priority date. So now they're currently processing your priority date or earlier dates, right? In that case, you have to meet specific requirements to be able to stay here and apply for the green card. One, you have to have that current priority date. We just talked about that, right? Two is that you have to make sure that you are maintaining your legal status. So if you have already overstayed, this unfortunately will not be for you. Now, the other is that you have to have your approved I-130 petition, right? Because this is a 5 to 7 year process. So it means that you would have been waiting for a long time before you got that. Your priority date is now current because it's 5 to 7 years long. So if you've just filed your I-130 petition, you're not going to have a current priority date right now unless they change the law. So keep that in mind. Um, so now, what if that parent, that citizen parent, here's one way that you may be able to get relief. What if that citizen parent was a deadbeat? What if they mistreated you emotionally? They intentionally neglected you. And they did all of this, of course, before you turn 21. But say you're now 21, maybe you're under 24, there's still, and you're here in the US, there still may be a chance for you to qualify for VAWA if your US citizen parent mistreated you and you have not reached the age of 25, then you may be able to qualify still. So, you do have parents that they're emotionally neglectful, emotionally abusive, they are manipulative, and maybe that's one of the reasons they never applied for you. It was once again a control tactic where they wanted to make sure that they continue to have control over you, so they never file the papers because they used it. If they filed the papers for you, got your green card, they would lose their leverage, so they never filed for you. So in that case, I would say this: if you're under the age of 25, you never applied for anything because maybe you are depending on this parent to apply for you, then in that case you could qualify for VAWA, because if you were depending on them, you were in the middle of being mistreated, you never filed for yourself because you didn't understand that you qualified in this way. And then now it's only now you realize that their intention was never to file for you and they mistreated you, then you could qualify for relief here. So important to schedule that consultation so we could talk about how you can stay in the United States and get the permanent residence. But this is one of the major questions that come about. And I want to tell you the different scenarios under which you could get the green card or you can't get the green card, or you'd have to go through an extra process that doesn't allow you to stay here in the US to get the green card. All right, so now I'm going to answer some questions very quickly. So let me go ahead. So Judith says, call in people. She's one of the best. Thanks so much, Judith. I appreciate that. Birds 190, you're welcome. And I'm pretty sure we've probably gotten our winners. So let me go ahead. I'm going to just check here to see. Let's see if we've gotten our winners. Yep, so we got our two winners. So congratulations if you're watching, congratulations, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you. All right, so let's go to questions. I'm here on Instagram, so bear with me. I usually go from one to the other platform, so bear with me as I go through and answer questions. About U visa, how long does it take for it to be certified? It depends on the law enforcement agency that you're contacting. I'm in the US for 2 years. Can I get my social security number? It's not so you have to have some sort of immigration status to be able to get your social security number. So it depends on what you qualify for, and I'm here to be able to figure out what you qualify for. That's the purpose of the consultation. So we're giving out discounts right now. Go ahead, go click the link in the bio, click the link in the description of the video on YouTube to be able to get go to the link to schedule your own appointment, and you'll get that discount. I have a 2-year-old. Can I get a work permit through her? Unfortunately, having a baby alone, having a US citizen baby here in the US alone is not going to qualify you for a status or a work permit. If someone got a prima facie and never gotten it renewed, is something to be worried about. So there can be a little delay between the expiration date and when it's reissued. So in that case, I wouldn't panic if it's not reissued right after expiration. But if you have like a year, 6 months or a year goes by, you still haven't gotten that prima facie, then it's usually time to check in. Sometimes it means it got lost in the mail. How long does the application for I-130 petition take if your spouse is a green card holder? I love your lipstick. Thanks so much for that. It's Sephora. Sephora is the brand. And it's so the I-130 can take anywhere from 9 months to 12 months. The shortest I've seen is about 4 months. Does tax information get reported to the USCIS? So it depends. For example, if you're applying for citizenship, then that can be that can definitely be one of the pieces of information that they research in your background because they want to make sure you're compliant with taxes. It just depends on whether it's relevant. For example, if you were convicted of tax fraud, that definitely would be something that would be reported to the USCIS in a background check. Um, Now, if you say you owe the IRS money, that's not a criminal issue. And it would only be relevant if you're applying for citizenship. So it just depends on how relevant it is and whether it indicates some kind of violation of law that possibly makes it criminal. Is it only when something is filed? I'm not sure what that. What if the husband don't want to file tax sponsor the spouse? That's They need to have a serious re-education about what it's going to take to get you to the green card. How long does DOL take to issue the certificate? A friend of mine have been waiting for over 2 months. So if you're talking about the certificate for permanent residence, then this is labor certification process. It can be anywhere from 6 months to even 18 months. It can take as long as 18 months if you now are audited by the Department of Labor. Been married from June, but now my husband don't want to start the process. What is the best route to do it myself? He's verbally abusive because of my situation. Give me a call. That's going to be your next step. So verbal abuse does qualify you for VAWA. Whether you're married, whether you're separated, whether you're divorced for under 2 years, you could qualify for VAWA. Of course, I'd have to do a consultation to do a full evaluation to make sure you meet all the requirements. But here, the verbal abuse would be definitely a qualifying factor here. What if I was on an H-2B program and overstayed? Can I apply? Overstaying an H-2B alone is not going to get you any benefits. You have to qualify for some other type of immigration relief or benefit, and that's where the consultation is going to be very important. How long after marriage can I start my submission? There's no law that says you can't apply tomorrow, but as I will always say, is it advisable? Is it advisable to apply the day after you're married? Maybe not. So say, for example, I use this example. Say You went to Vegas to have a good time. You flew from Jamaica, got to Vegas. You met the love of your life. At the time, you're convinced they're the love of your life. Say the Friday, the Saturday, you decide to just go and get married because you know already you guys are soulmates. Is it advisable to file on the Monday? Probably not, because first of all, do you have all the documentary evidence to show that you are a bona fide married couple? You probably have to spend some time settling in as a married couple to make sure that you, first of all, you now have a solid foundation as a married couple, because that's the goal here, but also to make sure that you can provide an application that's complete and has all the information. Now, say example two, you've been together for a while and you just decided it's time to get married. You get married after maybe being together for 3 years. You've been living together the past 3 years. You've established a lot together in the past 3 years, and now all you did was just seal the deal with the marriage papers. Is it advisable to file it the day after your marriage? Sure. I've done this for my clients because now they have a solid history and background together, so they have a life together already, and they just confirmed it with the marriage certificate by legally getting married. So it will be an easier application to submit and get approved. What if the U.S. citizen husband? Let's see here. Let me fix that. Okay, what if the U.S. citizen's husband have criminal record? He didn't tell you about it. Can you file for VAWA? Uh, so my answer, it just depends, right? If this spouse is hiding information from you like this, it usually indicates a larger problem here. And I would say that in a case like that, um, we would definitely want to evaluate more facts. Just them telling you a lie alone is not enough. But how has that lie impacted you emotionally? Did they intentionally hurt you with that lie? No, that may qualify you for VAWA. It just depends on the facts here. But just a lie alone is not going to qualify you for VAWA. There has to be some sort of pattern there, some sort of profound effect on you emotionally that possibly even traumatized you for it to result in a qualification for VAWA. If you came on H-2B work program overstay, can you apply for the green card? Answer is no, unless you qualify through a family, employer, humanitarian means. I have a friend who overstayed his visa due to medical issues and later filed for asylum. What can I do to assist him? So I wouldn't be able to answer that because I don't know what the case is. You can't do anything to petition for him yourself, at least based just by being a friend. I'd have to understand the context more to be able to advise, and that's where the consultation is very important, or they should consult their attorney about how you could assist. When the I-130 is filed, is the lawyer supposed to relay the case number to the client, or does USCIS send it in the mail? Usually the USCIS will issue it in the mail. And, as an attorney, this is the way I do it. I also inform my clients about it. I provide them the documentation, provide them with a receipt notice and documentation, so they're able to be informed either way. But the USCIS also sends this information. It just depends on the structure of the representation. How long does the NVC take to set appointment dates? It could be about a year and a half wait time to even 2 years. I want to apply for E2 and eventually get green card. Can you represent me to some financial institutions for funding? So I only do immigration I don't do any kind of banking law or anything. I don't represent clients in lending issues. I have a friend who overstayed his visa due to medical issues. He then filed for asylum, so I answered that. So, do you think he can apply for asylum? I'm not sure. It depends on the facts here. What if your wife is an American citizen and now, after all this time, she's demanded a lot of things like a new car, treating and threatening if you don't do it, she's going to call off the marriage? That can qualify you for VAWA. That is emotional abuse and mistreatment. At a minimum, it's extreme cruelty. So it can definitely qualify you. Here, well, that element qualifies you for the abuse or extreme cruelty standard, but there are other requirements for VAWA as well, and this is where the consultation is going to be very important. What if your name is spelled wrong on the immigration system, and actually when you go to do your driver's license, they always say they need USCIS. Can you actually call immigration to fix that problem? Yes, and there are also forms that you can fill out if you need to fill out errors. But you need to contact the USCIS directly. What do I need to qualify if I overstay on the work program? There are so many different ways, and it depends on your facts here. So this is where it's very important to schedule an appointment so we can talk about your particular facts. I came here in B1, B2 because people from government tried to kill me. So that can qualify you possibly for asylum. I mean, this is very vague, but it can qualify you for asylum if all the facts are consistent with the requirements for asylum. So go ahead, call us, schedule an appointment, and we can talk about whether you qualify. Hi there, greetings, Sam. Give the office a call and we'll be more than happy to schedule an appointment. If me and my husband have been a victim of trafficking, can we apply? Yes. If you've both independently been the victims of trafficking, you can apply for T status. And now, one of the benefits here is one can apply and the spouse can be included in the application. But if you've both independently been the victim of trafficking, you both can qualify. This is exactly what our office assists our clients with. We hold our clients' hands through the entire process. So give us a call and we'll be more than happy to assist you. And now on YouTube, Facebook, the number is going across the screen. Call the number. Staff is available to schedule your appointments. If you'd like the discount, go to the link in the profile, go to the link in the description of the video on YouTube, Facebook. Click on the link, it'll take you to Linktree at the top. You'll see how you can schedule your own appointment using the code Thankful for You. How long is the wait after you have been documentarily approved to get an appointment at the embassy? Can you expedite it and how? So, hi, Lindy. Yes, you can expedite it if you can show that there's an urgent humanitarian need, like say there's a medical need, say there's a death, say somebody's life is at risk. That's one way. If there's an error on the side of immigration, that's one way. If there's going to be financial loss to an individual, could be the petitioner or a company, then that could be one way as well. So there are different ways to ask for an expedite. You'd have to run the expedite through the National Visa Center, and they would be able to relate to the embassy, and they would determine whether they're going to do that expedite request. Can an employer petition if you're out of status for many years? It's very unlikely unless you can qualify for Section 245I. That's if in the past you had a petition filed for, you could be any kind of petition or labor certification on or before April 30th, 2001, then it's possible. If you were in the country though between December, I believe December 2000 and April 30th, 2001, you'll also have to show a physical presence requirement. But other than that, if you did have a petition or you are a derivative on an application, a petition, then you could qualify for Section 245I. That means your employer could petition for you regardless of how you came in or regardless of your status now. But keep in mind that it's limited to those individuals. Otherwise, usually an employer cannot petition for you if you're out of status or you're working without a permit. Can someone whose passport is expired and lost I-94 start their immigration process with you while waiting for vital records from their home country? Absolutely, yes. And in some cases, we get those things for our clients. So our representation is comprehensive. So that means that whatever we need to do to get it for our clients, we will do it. I have a vow approval. So congrats and yet request for a medical examination. And I sent it back after 10 days. How long I'm going to wait to get the green card. So it differs and it depends on where the field center is, but I would say anywhere from 6 months to even over a year to get that green card or to figure out if they're going to schedule the interview. If my son filed a petition for me, but no receipt has been received and it has been over 30 days, he didn't use the address he's presently at. So call the USCIS, see if they can find it. I'm asking for a friend. She's a citizen but has her partner back home. She's currently receiving benefits from the NYC for herself and her child. Will that affect her if she was to file for him? The important thing, no. She's a citizen. As long as she qualifies, that's fine. For benefits, it's not going to affect the process, but usually to qualify for benefits, you have to make a certain amount of money. Usually you're under the poverty line, right? You're under a certain level of the poverty line, and that's what qualifies you to get the benefits. Under immigration, they usually want you to be a certain level over the poverty line. And that if she's not making that income, usually receiving benefits could indicate that there may be an income problem here. And so she needs to check her income. The way you can check to see if your income is going to meet the immigration's requirements is to check the I-864P form. My husband and I have been a victim of robbery a few years back. Can he be qualified for U visa? It's possible, but this is where it's very important to schedule the appointment and we can talk more about it. All right, I'm on TikTok. Let's go ahead and answer some questions here. Since June, I did my N400 interview and no replies yet. They give me a paper saying congratulations. So I would be concerned about that. Usually once they tell you congratulations, you've passed a test, and you meet all the requirements. It's just a matter of getting the appointment to swear in as a citizen. So you need to contact them or submit a case inquiry to see what's going on here. Is the approval for K1 still coming at the year mark? So around the year and a half. Do you have to send medical before you get the work permit for VAWA? No. No, the medical is not for VAWA. Remember, so VAWA is a two-step process. You have the VAWA, then you have the adjustment of status. Medical goes with the adjustment of status. So when you get approved for VAWA and then they're processing your green card stuff, then they ask you for the medical. How long to get the work permit after biometrics in VAWA? So I don't go by the biometrics because it's all over the place. From date of filing, you're looking at about 8 months to 12 months. If your I-130 is approved, what comes next? If you're outside of the country, the NVC is going to contact you and start processing your paperwork to send to the embassy so they can schedule the interview. If you're in the US, you've gotten the I-130 approved, then congrats. It means that now they're going to just process your adjustment of status and possibly just send it in the mail. Because usually the I-130 is is the reason they want to do an interview, is they want to see that the relationship is there to approve the I-130. So if they approve the I-130 while you're going through an adjustment of status process, it means that you've overcome the hardest part here. That's unless you have some inadmissibility, of course, like you have an arrest or something in your background that they have more questions about. That's going to affect the adjustment of status application. If you got legal entry overstayed ESTA, can you adjust status if you're married to a citizen? Yes, but if you have concerns here about the overstaying, like overstaying sometimes with ESTA, it can raise fraud and misrepresentation issues. This is where representation is going to be very important. Asking for a friend, she's a citizen and wants to file for her partner back home. She needs to make sure she gets married to her partner in order to get the green card. She receives benefits for herself and child. Would it affect if it to help her person? So if she receives benefits but yet she doesn't meet the income requirements, that's where the problem is going to be. I'm here in the state and under 21. My mother is a green card holder. Can she petition for you? Your mom, this is a complex question, but let me try to break it down as much as I can. If you're under 21, you're out of status, meaning you overstayed your visa, your mom is a green card holder, you can't stay here and get the green card. You'll have to still go through an extra process to go to the country, file a waiver, get it approved first, then go to your country to do the interview for the green card. If your mom can become a citizen before you turn the age of 21, then she can just file the petition for you and you can stay here and apply. If someone cross the border and file for asylum, then get married, what would be next? It depends on where you are. Are you in court? Are you outside of court? Did you get paroled? Did they give you a notice to appear? This is a lot more complex than you think. You want to get legal advice and would have to really strategize as to the next steps. Hello, I need help with my I-134. That's the affidavit of support, usually for parole or for any kind of non-immigrant like the K-1 application. Give me a call and schedule an appointment. Do you think it's better to file your I-130 by USCIS or by FedEx? Always electronic. I love the electronic filing. It's faster, it's more convenient, especially when it comes on to providing evidence and getting your receipt notice. I have to file asylum and I have my passport with me. Can I travel within the USA on flights as in such case? Traveling in the US is not going to be an issue as long as you have all the required documentation to travel. Where are you located? I'm based in Boca Raton, Florida. I represent clients in all 50 states and around the globe. As a US immigration attorney, we're allowed to do that. So I travel all around the country to represent my clients. If USCIS asks you to mail your medical, what's next, please? Could mean you're going to get the green card in the mail. How can I change my visa from B1, B2 to EB3 visa from the US? That is complex. The EB3 is employment based. And if you're B1, B2, it's going to be a matter of can you adjust status while being here with the time that it takes for the EB3 visa process to be completed. So it's really about, considering the timeline, considering whether the employer can meet labor certification requirements before your B1, B2 application expires. So how long can I change my visa from B1, B2? So I didn't. My mom sponsored me and our I-130 is approved. What comes next? Okay, so in this case, if you're outside of the US, it's going to go to the NVC. If you're in the US, it's going to, if you file an adjustment of status, then they're going to process that adjustment of status. All right, that's going to be it for me today, everyone. I will be back tomorrow. So remember, I am handing out and two more free consultations tomorrow. So join me so that I can give out those free consultations. There's going to be specific instructions tomorrow for that. So go ahead and we'll talk tomorrow. Thanks so much for your time, everyone. Bye bye.